We welcome you to another edition of The Beat. We come to you today from Bluebell Park, where on Friday night, Aggie Baseball opens its season hosting the Holy Cross Crusaders. But we begin this show with men's hoops, and this team has certainly played well as of late. With that, the postseason push is on. Billy Kennedy on Saturday took his team to Columbia to face off with the Missouri Tigers.
Hey, good Saturday afternoon, everybody. We welcome you to Columbia, Missouri with Mike Caruso. I'm Dave South. Texas A&M and the University of Missouri about to play a second time this season in a very important game.
Time of year where it's all about execution. You got to do what you do best and try and stop the other team from doing what they do best. Missouri's a very young team, very talented team, but you know, they're also a wounded animal, and so they got a lot to play for here today. They got the crowd helping them, and you know, right now they're playing for pride.
The fans, they get out of hand. A little heckle is okay, but not too much.
It's a long night from Texas. It's going to be a long game.
Hey, you want to shoot the ball?
We did last night.
Can you shoot one time for me?
Simple, win this possession. Over the course of 40 minutes, you win that game. Just think about winning that possession at the end of the night after 2.5 hours starting right here, being happy to fly home.
This is the next game, all right? We are the better team. Believe that. Saul Wood for 40 minutes. We'll be going home with a victory.
Together.
If we win, that's all that matters. We get everything we want to do through us. It's us. You got to work for it. You took it. Let's go win this game. Let's go. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Go ahead. Let's go. Let's get it.
Ags wearing their black uniforms today.
Yeah, haven't seen
Gray
those.
numerals. Pass to the other end. Great feed. House down to Courtney. Got an uncontested layup. An assist to House, and the first bucket of the game belongs to Texas A&M. So goes inside, kicks it off to House. House shoots a three, and he makes it. The Aggies now go up 5-2. Oh, now he will shoot that same three. Had a moment ago. Oh, wow, he made that one. Goodness gracious. House now in the ball game, 2 out of 2 at his three. Here's House from way outside shooting a three. Man alive, he hit that one. He's about 2 feet off the three-point line. He made it. It's 15-11. It's Texas A&M. Fadeaway jumper is going to go for him. You can tell when it left his hand. We go inside. Great feed. Caruso to Morales. He stepped right in, got a layup. Courtney got it, goes up. He made a layup, flipping it up with the right hand. Just fell over the edge of the iron into the court. He got fouled. We get an and one. Go to House. House open for another three. Did you make this one? Canned it. Oh, boy. We'll go to halftime with the Aggies up by 7 points, 38-31. There's Jalen with a hook shot. Made it. Got a layup. Good. Robinson drives, makes it 59-44. Texas A&M. A&M has come out in this second half, and they are hot as a desert night right now. It's 72.7%. There's a feed underneath to Peyton Allen. Got another 20-point lead, 77-57, and that will send them to the parking lot. A&M will get the win here. 83-61 is the final. Aggies go now to 16-6 for the year.
Let's go! Win the ones you're supposed to win. We were better than this team. We came out, we played like it, okay? Everybody contributed. It's all about us. All right, it's all about us. Happy flight on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Happy flight!
Yes,
The Beat is presented by AT&T, building you a better network. Welcome back to Bluebell Park and this edition of The Beat. Men's basketball, again, certainly playing well, and they are now in second place in the Southeastern Conference. When you recap their games, you often hear of the exploits of Jalen Jones, Daniel House, or even an Alex Caruso, but you cannot discount what Jordan Green has given this team. And we spotlight the senior from Flower Mound, Texas on this edition of The Aggies Are We. The Aggies began the conference slate 0-2. A tough road loss at Alabama, followed by a tight overtime affair at home against number 1 Kentucky. Since then, they've rattled off 7 wins in their last 8 games. Senior Jordan Green has helped steer the turnaround.
Shoots a pass to the other end of the floor to Jordan Green. Green went down, got a slam. We're up 5-0.
Coach Kennedy made it clear after we got back from the Alabama trip weeks ago about what we need to do to be successful. And he called out everyone's specific role. And I think everyone's done a pretty good job of buying into that and being comfortable in it. What the 12th man is seeing right now is something that was built in the summer, and some things that were established in the preseason, like our team camaraderie off the court and just our continuity of everything how we do has changed this year.
Ever since Green stepped foot in Aggieland, he's been one of the better defenders in the program. This season, he's been given the task of guarding the opponent's best scorer, something he takes pride in.
It's definitely a mindset, but it comes from just practice. So like in practice, I just try to guard House. We're on our, we usually play with the starting 5. I play with, who I start with, but sometimes in drills, I love to get against some of our best offensive players in practice. And then I take extra time and watch film, what they do the best, what irritates them, some of their good games, some of their bad games, and then just really focusing on the scouting report, what the coaches say to do, because they've lived longer and been around the game longer than I have. So I just listen to them, and then, I don't know, it's just a mindset. It's really just wanting to be almost like the villain, kind of. And I always think about this one line, I'm a Batman fanatic, so in The Dark Knight, you just said, either you die the hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. So that's what I think about all the time. I don't know if it really correlates, but it's just a mindset that I get into.
Watching film on his opponent gives him a competitive edge. Watching old movies in his free time is what he loves.
I'm a little bit of a purist, so I'm a huge history guy, and so I love seeing what life was like back then, because history repeats itself, and so if you know where you came from, you know where you're going. So it really didn't start from home. It really didn't start from school. It was just something I picked up on my own, I guess. Just loving history and loving to read about what happened in the Civil Rights Movement or back in the Industrial Revolution, just anything like that, even like Egypt, ancient Egypt and all that stuff. And then it's really cool to see how the past is depicted back then. So like in the 1950s, when they did a movie about ancient Egypt compared to how we do it, and then the purest side of it is they had no CGI, they had no, extra sound effects or anything like that, so it was just pure acting. So they really, like guys like Humphrey Bogart and those guys are really just naturally talented. So that's why I like just watching Sidney Poitier and all those guys use all of their emotions as basically special effects.
Classic movies are not Jordan's only love. This Christmas, he found the time to go forward with the biggest decision of his life.
It was her dream to be proposed to a certain way in a theater, all our friends there, a whole bunch of flowers. I'm like, man, this is her dream. She told me a long time ago. I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna make that happen, but I paid attention to the details, I wrote it down, and somehow it all worked out. Thankful that the Lord just came in and provided all of that. And I got on one knee and it was crazy. Definitely, it didn't really change much between us, besides the fact that she has a diamond on her finger. But it's really just such a blessing to know that you're going to live with your best friend for the rest of your life.
With life set before him, he now turns his attention back to the second half of the conference schedule and trying to lead his Aggies into the NCAA tournament for the first time in his career.
That's what we were focusing on this summer when we were lifting weights, running outside, running miles at 5 a.m. We just wanted to play with that blue dot at half court, and I think that's everyone's focus, but not just to get there, but to be successful in the NCAA tournament as well. We're not satisfied with just a bid. I think that would just, that would that would mean something for us to see just a banner up in the practice room as we went to the tournament. And it would just be a great way to capitalize my career here at Texas A&M.
This segment of The Beat is brought to you by Bud Light, the perfect beer when you're up for whatever. Welcome back. Later on, we will talk with our head baseball coach, Rob Childress, about the upcoming opening day for his team. But right now, let's focus on women's basketball. They were in action in the SEC this week.
The 13th ranked Aggies entered today's action with a record of 18-5 overall. Mississippi State boasts a record of 22-3 and 7-3 in league action. The Bulldogs ranked as high as 17th.
You're going to be contested on every jump shot. Sometimes your best shot is the one that you don't take.
Jones drives right around her, a kick out to Courtney Walker. Walker with a three-pointer. Walker's got it. Pull-up jumper, 8 feet, got it to go. On the road at the Hump against a red-hot Mississippi State team. It's the Aggies 32 and the Bulldogs 28. He's now driving right side, puts it off the glass and good. But Walker can put it off the glass and good.
Regular week. That's the gate back door. Come up. Street here.
It's Courtney Williams. Williams with great body control. Off the glass and good. Now a bounce pass. It's Walker. Walker puts up a shot. No good off the rim. Mississippi State wins it. Vic Schaefer and Gary Blair meet at center court after a hard-fought, unbelievable struggle here in Starkville.
Women's basketball heading down the home stretch in the regular season, looking to make the NCAA tournament again. Softball, they began their year over the weekend, and we look at the highlights right now from the action out in California. 24th ranked Aggies started the year on Friday at the SoCal Collegiate Classic in Los Angeles. They split 2 games, defeating Utah and falling to number 6 UCLA. Saturday, a good day. A&M sweeps the afternoon, defeating San Diego State early and then coming back to defeat number 6 UCLA in the nightcap.
I thought our kids did such a good job to fight hard. We didn't give up. We got down 4 runs in the second inning, and we just fought. Our kids were up there aggressive. They handled the pressure situations well. They kept their poise.
On Sunday, A&M fell to Purdue, and they left California with a 3-2 record heading back home. Friday night, 6:35 here at Bluebell Park, Texas A&M baseball's season opener against the Holy Cross Crusaders. It begins the 10th year for head coach Rob Childress, and we recently sat down with him.
Good, Jim. Finally made it, didn't we?
There's a certain amount of excitement from coast to coast. The last 7 or 8 years with the uniform start date, it's been special. I mean, when you put people in the stands and a different team in the other dugout, you know, some guys step forward and some guys step backwards, and it won't just be this next weekend. It'll be over the next 3 or 4 weeks that we start to put our team together, and hopefully we feel super strong about it by the time we get to conference 4 weeks in. We've got 14 or 15 guys we feel strong about from an offensive standpoint, and there are going to be a lot of opportunities presented for a lot of guys throughout the first month, and really big, strong guys in Logan Nottebrock, who returned for his senior year, and Ronnie Gideon at third base are 2 big physical guys that, with the change in the ball, have an opportunity to challenge the fences at all times. And in the outfield, you know, Nick Banks is a special player and is going to be a guy that's going to, hopefully force us to keep him in the lineup day in, day out. There are going to be less, outs made on the bases, and we're going to make the other team come and try to take all 27 outs from us and not give those away in spots, especially on the bases. This weekend we'll start A.J. Minter on Friday. We've been working him into the starting rotation throughout the fall and the spring, so it's not a surprise for him or our team. And on Saturday we'll go Grayson Long. He's had a great year for us so far, and we expect big things out of him. And then Matt Kent will start on Sunday. He had a special fall, led our team in strikeouts, and has validated that again this spring, and feel really good about those three giving us a chance every time we take the field.
Team on three, 1, 2, 3.
We've got the best fans in the country, and the student section is what makes Olsen Field special. Coming here, a decade ago as a visiting coach, it was no fun being in that first base dugout, and starting our 10th year here at Texas A&M, it's been no secret to how we try to schedule. We want to play at home as much as we can, and truly know it's as good a home field advantage as there is in the country, and it's a tribute to our fans and most importantly our students.
It's a February rite of passage every year in Aggieland. It's time to chalk the lines, lace up the cleats, and tear the ticket stubs. This is opening day from Olsen Field at Bluebell Park. Almost time to close out this edition of The Beat, but first a reminder that softball, their home opener, is on Friday. They play a doubleheader in the afternoon. And that night, the beginning of the 113th season of Texas A&M baseball, they will host Holy Cross to get it started. Also remember about Holy Cross, they went to Starkville and beat Mississippi State in 2 games to open up a year ago. So no easy task for Rob Childress and his crew. The season begins with 13 home games in 18 days, almost a third of the home slate gone by early March. So you'll want to get out to Bluebell Park as quick as you can. The West Campus will certainly be abuzz soon with our spring sports. Hope to see you at all of it. So long on this edition of The Beat.